Hey there, this is Heimdall's Watch, brought to you by Isolated City Gaming. This episode is brought to you by the $6.30 we found stuck between the couch cushions. Now, on with the show. Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Dell's Watch.
Do. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, last time you guys played your actual characters, shit went bad.
It was
and
bad.
Yeah, shit went pretty bad.
It was pretty average.
We were invaded by fishmen.
You were invaded by
Fishmen?
fishmen. Fishmen are all up in you.
Fishman and Roberts. Well,
And
lobsters.
we left and forged new lives somewhere else.
Yeah. I have no attachment to this city. I've only been born here and lived there my entire life. I can start a new...
All your contacts are here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Same. Oh no.
No.
Wait, the other thing. Most of your contacts are. Okay.
How underwater is the city?
So, we're looking at... It's been about 6 weeks since
6 weeks later.
the initial invasion happened. The name it's been given so far is the Rising Tide.
That's good. That's good branding.
Part of Operation Dam.
About a third of the city is under the control of the invaders. It's basically pretty much like a bubble coming out of the water that is just dark. For the most part, it's still sort of above water, but there are areas that have been intentionally flooded. Your ability to, reconnoiter over
Reconnoiter.
the top
Hardly
has
knew her.
been limited because they have set up anti-aircraft.
Good thing we're a carpet.
As soon as you start, well, essentially
Anti-carpet.
anti-carpet, anti any other flying. Essentially, as soon as you
Anti-air.
anti-air,
They just have
essentially.
these like red wine balloons and catapults that they shoot up at the carpets. And
Essentially, anytime you go over, you get anytime you sort of breach the perimeter at any sort of height where you could see anything, you are just getting peppered by small,
Things.
projectiles.
like spines made of like
People.
not carrot. What's the word?
Caramel.
Chitin.
chitinous spines and ink. So
They're wise to your shit.
Damn it.
so yeah, it's basically it's flak and things to prevent invisibility. Essentially,
All right, we
So
need
it's-
to dig underground.
Finally.
Come, my
comes
spider
to shine.
people, assemble!
There's always redbacks in me bloody shoes.
Gross. The invasion is sort of halted at that point. The theory is going in consultation between Captain Brandt and the leader of the Hammerheads at Thor's church. The going theory is it's probably about the limit of their supply line.
What a
Potentially.
shit invasion.
Why do they want to invade the land? They breathe the water. What do they want up here?
Well, that is...
It's not water
That
up
is
here.
one of the big questions that is going around is
That is
why?
one of the big questions.
Of all the water in the world, why they would want to be on land and here in particular.
There's so much water.
War is hell.
There is so much ocean.
War.
There is more ocean than
War
not
never
ocean.
changes.
War never changes.
Water never changes. Wait, no,
Water.
there's a whole water cycle. where
Now,
it
we've done a lot of bad
Some-
things to water.
Sometimes
It's changed a lot.
In other situations, it becomes steam. It changes quite a bit, really.
in Flint, it becomes flammable.
Oh dear. Yikes.
Ironically, the place is called Flint, known for a product to make fire.
So,
Got him. Take that, Michigan.
Confirmed one got him. You take that, you rat bastards.
Oh, I lost that one minister in Michigan. Sorry, guys.
I'll go with the hate email we're not going to get.
That's okay. So
interesting. The
Yep,
perimeter is essentially being patrolled by forces of Thor, and any sort of small incursions that do sort of try to erupt are sort of beaten back, but with the losses in the initial attacks, and with forces being, and some of the Thor's and Heimdall's troops being used to help some of the civilianry escape the city, basically to flee safely.
cowards.
Things are.
Why didn't they wait for us?
We should have been at the front of this run. But the forces are rather thinly spread. So any thoughts of a large counter push have been knocked back.
Cowards.
So it's up to us.
Oh, no. Our last little mission. That went so well.
So, going
What was the
around,
actual last mission.
what do each of you think you've been doing for the last 6 weeks?
Alright, I'll go first. I've thought a little bit
And
about
this will be work in what has happened in your level up, because you are now level 12.
Leveled up.
12. I'm going to say 12.
Is it 12?
Because if I accidentally say 13, you guys are going to be really smiley and laugh at me. a lot.
Yes.
Actually, no.
Hold on.
What's level 13?
That's right, you already said it. Anyway,
I've already pressed the button. I would have been. I guess this would be like my sort of like Hannah's kind of playground, because like pure and utter anarchy and chaos. Society is kind of collapsing, so I'd still be like doing yes sir, no sir, doing the missions. But I'm assuming that the mind that I've had would have gone like, don't have time for that. You've actually got to do other stuff and what now. Sort of.
oh yeah, Kez has been reassigned.
Yep, so
he has been using his talents to basically to try and sort of on foot sneak into enemy lines and basically do reconnaissance on key points in there, which is part of the way that there are areas of the town that have been flooded intentionally. He has reported back that like several units of troops sort of make to these large pools to sort of recover. Essentially, it almost feels like they need to return to water every so often.
Right. A question for you. Would I have found during that time? Would I have found Vicky?
Okay,
Or has she completely just gone off the?
you are always on the lookout for signs of Vicky. She does leave traces for you on the way. She is basically giving you signs of life, essentially. That's it, though.
Okay.
She is giving you enough to know she's alive. Definitely being very cagey about her location.
Okay.
Roll me inside.
Inside. That's what I'm good at. Well, not too bad. 16.
16? Yeah, that strikes you as odd. I probably don't need to tell you that one too much, because that's... whenever she's been able to, she's usually given you... up till recently, she's, essentially let you know where she is as well. Like, you'd always be able to follow her signs to her if you needed to. Since your last sort of... that trip where you went into the cave and got the hair and so forth, that was the last time you got any sort of sense of where she is. The rest of the time, you just get signs of life.
Okay.
And that is odd.
It is odd. And I guess I'll try and explore that a little bit, but at the same time, so I understand it's pure chaos.
Yep.
And it'll be the perfect time to set up. So what I'd kind of be doing is setting up I guess a little bit. I'll go two ways. Like, there'll be people in the Thieves Guild and stuff like that have been missing. So I'd kind of be like doing that same sort of time. Like, kind of, I'll be going up there, setting up. I guess what I'm picturing.
Okay. Through your underworld contacts, you know that the actual the main den for the Thieves Guild is gone. That was within the docks region. That area is flooded.
Okay, I guess there's a Thieves Guild. Is the Thieves Guild still operating though?
It is. It is heavily wounded.
I guess what I would do, if it's heavily wounded, I'd be striking that as an opportunity to try to, I guess, starting to when we're doing a power play, 'cause now would be the right time to be spread out pretty thin. But I guess building up support, doing the sort of stuff like going up the ranks of the Thieves Guild, getting people goods that aren't around. I guess I'm smuggling and saying to
best
myself,
time for a criminal is wartime.
confirmed.
That is.
So I'd be using that to my absolute opportunity to try and position myself to become more of the, more power and control within the Thieves Guild.
How do you see yourself doing this?
It'd be more, I guess,
Is this wheeling and dealing, or
well, because I've got all the
trading
police
favorably?
contacts, I know all the trade things. It'd be more about bringing smuggling goods in, bribing people to look bribing the soldiers and troops to look the other way, getting those people things that they need, like it's wartime. So, do people need some more? Don't you guys miss alcoholic beverages? Don't you guys miss cooked meals? And bribing, smuggling, that sort of stuff, getting that through. While there's people who are the Thieves Guild aren't there anymore, so kind of replacing
combination of ration card rackets.
And it's also the perfect time of replacing people. It's people who's going to notice a few more dead bodies of that was the 2IC for the guy. Oh no, he just didn't make it out of the suburbs alive in that last attack. What a shame. That type of stuff, and it's kind of I guess those networks and.
Okay, and how's this lie into what you're looking for in your level up?
Well, I guess during that time, I've been becoming. I guess I've always been more. Because Paradox, I did level up in Rogue, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I was more focusing on, rather than that nature ability, it's still kind of. Then I'm still going to tap into it, but it was more expanding upon those criminal networks, expanding that, but also becoming more highly alert, because while you go up in the ranks, you also become more of a greater target for the type of people who want to try and do the same thing to you.
Yep.
So being on the wear out, if there's any sign of I think so and so is trying to take that spot of yours, they wind up accidentally in the dark zone, and they have found dead.
There's a power vacuum that happened, and now is a.
I basically did everything in my power to
fill that space
with myself and people who are supporting me.
Yep. All right. Okay. With that in mind, what your level up is, what did you get?
I got the feat. I got alert.
Yep.
So I basically became more, I guess, tracking
You're more cagey, and you're much better situational awareness.
Because I've got exactly right. Because I've got an understanding of where the police, the army, military is. And I'm using that heavily to my advantage, because the other members of the Thieves Guild wouldn't have that information that I have. And with that newfound freedom, I'm using that very heavily to kind of position myself in a key spot of power, because I have all that information. But it's also living a very edged double life. Only 4 hours sleep, so I can spend 8 hours one place, 12 hours another spot. Still need to sleep, but so I'm kind of
you're doing some pretty serious Donnie Brasco here.
Yeah.
And many missions I have to go off and do a thing. I'm here, I might as well make sure that person that's against me or with me gets that sort of thing while we're out there, and that sort of stuff like that. And also, I guess, many times be bribing guards and whatnot, and get them the stuff that they, bribing soldiers, going, here's that bottle of liquor you wanted that you haven't had for 4 weeks. Oh, by the way, next time you see this person who says this keyword, make sure they can make it through this checkpoint. That type of thing.
All right. So with that, you got your level up. That's all cool. I think with the way you've rolled that out, I think you'll probably find that your underworld contacts are slightly stronger now as well.
Yeah.
That's something that's not so much of a stat increase, but I think you might have a little bit more.
Because that was kind of the plan with the out of character alternative, the drugs, just to set that up and kind of make that kind of play eventually anyway.
Yep.
Because I had the police contacts that'd always be pretty good, but now it's just the opportunity strikes, the ability to start infiltrating with drugs and whatnot is pretty much gone for the time being. But there is a vacuum, so why not step up and fill it?
Yeah.
And I seem to be in a perfectly good spot to do so.
Yeah, you've got a better network to pull from your feature of criminal contact.
I guess you can play it well. I'm like rapidly increasing up the ranks of the. I'm not like nowhere near like chat, but like developing that sort of support.
You're not the don of this
But I want to set up to a point where I could potentially make a power play.
Yep. I am good with that.
I have a really bad idea for what Leland's been doing. It's a really bad one, Ryan.
Okay. Well, who wants to go next?
James does.
Sure.
James does. Look at him. Look at him. He's hungry.
Absolutely.
Why are you gonna do like this? Like every time, James.
So, being the only actual real member of the Watch in the group.
There are also members.
Indentured servants.
Yep.
But, whatever. And also just from the initial, when it all started being on the initial recon and actually getting into the enemy camp and seeing all that, Puppet's been more involved in like the forward camp. The forward base, kind of closest to where it's all happening.
Oh, I should remind you guys, you also, don't forget, you actually managed to recover a corpse in one of these things in your last session. That is something you guys did get.
Oh, yeah,
so it's something we can attack after you've done your bits.
Prisoner of war.
Well, it was dead. So
That doesn't stop
Corpse
anyone.
of war.
They've got clerics.
true.
Yeah, it's fine.
Ray's dead, kill it. Ray's dead again.
We could do this forever.
That's
Until
really
they talk.
awesome torture.
Dark.
That was in character. Sweat.
Plus also
Starting
being
to sound like Kevin.
generally very observant, just sentry duty at the forward camp and having access to healing spells and all that. But also just directing, helping give a bit of direction
Yep.
to people, helping just give information about previous encounters and how the camp was like when we were there briefly, that they can see invisibility.
Yep, that is a big feature that has definitely
Hampered things.
Hampered infiltration is the
It's
fact
a
that they
bit
can
awkward.
just see through invisibility.
When you're standing there, invisible, and they charge at you.
Yeah.
Hawkies.
It did suck.
Yeah, so just involving himself on the front line.
Okay.
Being part of the watch.
Run me through a scenario that you've done on the front line. What's your level up looking like?
Well, the level 6 Bard
Yep.
is a Bard College feature, which was the Mantle of Majesty, which lets Puppet cast Command.
Oh.
Which
Okay.
isn't a bard spell.
Majesty.
But he can now cast Command for free for
Okay.
a minute.
Nice.
Just keep casting it for free for a minute.
That's cool.
The other thing Bards get is Counter Charm at level 6.
Which one?
Counter Charm.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
help give people advantage, so kind of hanging around the camp,
So
just having him
You've
that
become
layer
a
of
leader
protection
of
on the
men
camp. Not by choice.
with your majesty.
With my what is the words? Unearthly beauty.
Another one.
I became unearthly beautiful.
Okay.
That's what the Mantle of Majesty is. You become an appearance of unearthly beauty. And you just start commanding
Gorgeous.
people. I got a makeover. I grew my hair out a bit.
Makeover.
Papa got a glow up.
Yeah,
He got
big glow up. War is great for
still
Papa.
still 3 foot tall, but it was a glow up.
And then otherwise it's just spells.
What's
which
actually
is-
doing pretty well for two of you, really. One of them is slowly becoming Don Hanna of Villa Gesserek.
Say hello to my little friend.
That wasn't the reference I was going for, but cool.
And it's just done 2 spell changes,
yeah,
which was getting sending,
yep,
being able to contact the other churches,
yep.
because I'm assuming the walkie-talkies only reach
So far, yeah.
yeah, and see invisibility to also keep watch on.
So that was a bit
in
of
case they're trying to.
bit of a thing of like, hey, they can see invisible, maybe I can see invisible.
Who can play this game?
That'll show them.
If
Especially
I
if
roll
keeping
a
watch-
reactive guru, I'll become a super mutant too.
Especially being on sentry duty at
Yep.
forward command, trying to keep watch, and kind of helpful.
Okay. And is See Invisible a spell you have to cast, or is
Yes,
it?
it's a spell. These are his 2 spell changes, because
Yep.
he got a new one, and then he can change out 1 spell
Right.
when he levels.
Right. Cool. I can't think of anything else I can add to that.
You don't need to worry about seeing invisibility. Just keep going ahead with whatever invisible people you wanted to.
Okay. Ross.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on?
That's my question. Leland.
Okay. I'm thinking the current situation is more like a large-scale engagement sort of thing rather than like a fine-grained investigation, which is really more what Leland is geared towards in the police force. He's like, I'm here to be like a detective and for rustling jimmies. I'm not here to like wage war.
No.
So he has sort of like downgraded himself back as much as he can away from frontline engagements.
Yep.
So he's trying to like, this isn't what I'm here for. So he's not like pushing himself forward into these things. He's more gearing back, and he is throwing himself into figuring out the corruption and the book and sort of trying to go internally with this shit.
All right.
So, specifically, one of the things I was thinking he was doing was sitting down, like if we've got like a length of time to do this, and if you want to roll out things and you want to have like specific consequences, I'm not sure whether you wanted to track these things.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want to specifically track them all, or if you just want carte blanche to be like, hey, the number jacks up drastically, what I'm thinking is Leland has just gone through pumping up and trying to hold large amounts of corruption.
Okay.
And what I'm like, as a corollary to that, maybe... No,
that's how much damage you take from the corruption.
Cool. Like I was thinking, like this is what I was trying to get around, like with the resilience and the Constitution. He's just taken a lot of corruption points and sort of done it in like a bit of a controlled environment where if something real bad happens, he can like he's got like rats around or something. I'm thinking he's just sort of tried to exercise this in a controlled environment, and maybe he in his sort of side effort of endearing himself to the librarian has just been casually going around and dropping corruption points in random people around the place.
Okay.
So, because he knows that he's supposed to be doing something, and he doesn't really know what he's supposed to be doing, and like one of his efforts is maybe I'll just start putting out bunches of corruption around the place into passers-by, or maybe he's like getting close to the front lines, and if he sees one of the fishmen come out, I'll just try and pop one in there, sort of thing.
Yep.
But what I would have liked, if he can get something out of this, is just maybe a collection of corruption points that he's just holding, because he's trying to hold some.
Yep.
And if you want to like, if you want me to roll out some constitution checks for it, or like if you want to like specifically pick out some of the, like instead of rolling it randomly, pick out some afflictions that he's just got, and if it was like a really bad one, like maybe he would, but like some of the, like the lower ones that maybe he just decided to deal with, sort of thing. That was what I was like. I'm picturing Leland went on a little bit of a corruption exploration in this 6 weeks.
We'll call it a binge.
A bit of a bender.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay. There's a scene here I want to roll it. I want to play out, because this is...
Is this cool?
Is it the Oprah Winfrey, you get a corruption, you get a corruption, you get a corruption scene?
No.
Oh.
Like, you've been doing... Like, what you've been doing, what you described, you've been doing. Like, that is something that's been happening.
Yes.
You have been experimenting with it. You've been pushing your limits. You have pushed beyond a couple of times to the point of... Well, you feel that if you went much further, that could have been your end.
Like maybe he set himself up in like one of the abandoned districts near the front lines in case shit goes sideways. Like one of the places that's been evacuated, and he sort of set himself up as a little like...
That you came to the conclusion that you decided to do after an incident earlier within the Heimdall barracks.
I love incidents, Ryan.
You okay, you remember the first of the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man where he's got he's
The
working
one
out
where he
his
danced.
no,
Oh,
where
no.
he's working out his web slinging, and
Go web go.
less of that, more when he was doing it in the bedroom. He's just like trying to get the hang of things. You have like a couple of cages of rats that you've worked out that you'd need purge subjects when you hit. You're doing the whole like Saiyan sort of power up deal. You're trying to get up to as high as you can, and then when you hit your sort of stamina limit, you sort of purge it off, and essentially you fucking spirit bomb off into the nether, essentially. But that's a lot of Dragon Ball references, and I think I've hit my quota.
I didn't get it.
But yeah, you power up like 2-3 corruption points, and then like you feel like the weight of madness on your mind. You're like, oh, too far, and purge that off onto a rat, which basically just fucking erupts, and it sort of explodes into viscera, but that viscera is and explosion is sort of accented by like this kind of like a blackish sort of like spider web almost of this highly viscous ooze, and it's sort of like it. And each side of the cage is like stuck to it, and then just slowly starts like just under its own weight, like drips down to the bottom of the cage. There's a couple of little like sort of freshish looking giblets and everything like that are caught in it, like drooping down, and there's like onto the base of the cage. It's a
Gross.
it's a bad look.
Yeah. Someone looks. What are you doing in there? Nothing. Don't come in.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Official Heimdall's business.
You ramp yourself up to a higher level than you've done so far. We're hitting around the 4 to 5 corruption point mark. And you don't know whether it's just like your body's getting used to this or your mind is getting stronger. Whatever it is, you feel like you've been able to push this further. For all you know, you just might have been lucky and gotten minor afflictions. That may be the case that Ross knows. Leland thinks he's just fucking got this.
This is getting easier. I don't think it's that bad this time. I really have to poop.
Everybody up. And then you push yourself to the next point. Basically just ramping the power up within yourself, and you see like your vision start sort of closing in. It's almost like that same sort of viscous spider web that you see in the rat explode into. It's just like creeping in on the edge of your peripheral vision, and it's like to the point where you can just sort of see directly in front of you. You try and focus directly on a candle that's lit on the side, and you can just see that light is getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and then dark.
Like the scene from Trainspotting in the carpet.
More, you are falling into unconsciousness.
Oh, cool.
Like your vision, you've basically your
Like you
mind
stood up
is
too
just-
quickly.
A little bit of that,
Yeah.
Except you went completely black, and
Yeah.
then your mind shut off.
Oh. Well, I can't really describe it after this point.
No,
No.
you are awoken,
Ooh. I'm sure it'll be fine.
and your eyes sort of open up, and you're looking up at an unfamiliar ceiling. It takes a moment to sort of focus and realize like that the construction is still the same as like most of the rest of the Heimdall building, but this is not the mess hall. This is not the barracks. There is a a large round like candle chandelier sort of setup, made for like a wide spreading light. The surface you're laying on is hard, like a wooden table or something to that effect. And what you can see as you sort of like look to your left and right is on your left there is the doctor.
Oh, that guy.
On the right there is someone dressed in the robes of someone of Freya's church.
Oh, Nux.
And this Freya acolyte sort of turns and is like, Doctor, he's coming too. And the doctor sort of like hurries over. He just like flicks his glasses down and perches on his nose, and he's just sort of looking you in the eye and just like clicking a finger, like basically like maybe 6 inches in front of your face, and just looking at us like, Leland, can you hear me? Say something. Say, do you know what day it is? Do you know where you are?
Do you know what day it is? Do you know where you are? You know, if you're really going to do these tests, you might want to say something simple. That's a lot to... That's a mouthful to repeat. What? When you're just woken up. Hi.
Do you have any idea how long you've been asleep?
No.
And yeah, you
I'm not really sure how anybody knows that. That's an insane question to ask. Doctor. I look at my fingernails. I don't know. Are my fingernails like not long and gnarly?
They've definitely grown. You take your hand to your face and you can feel like the like not even stubble. This is the makings of a beard.
But like only on like half.
It's definitely thicker on one side. We're going to lean on that. That
Yes.
joke is just going to become canon.
If I have to make it come.
Yeah, from that estimate, you would probably say you've been unconscious for a good week or so.
Cool. I go to stand up.
The Freya priestess is like no, you've been unconscious for some time. This is going to sound weird, but you're going to need your rest.
I gotta go check on something.
No. If you're going anywhere, I'm going to have to come with you.
Wait. Where? How did I get here?
You were
Did
found...
you go in my room?
No. I was summoned here after you were found and brought to the doctors. There was quite a smell coming from your barracks chamber, and well,
About the same.
Well,
there were some assumptions made.
You don't have a good rep.
Thankfully, they were wrong.
nothing to do with autoerotic asphyxiation.
Why can't we open the door? What is it? It feels like an entire body hanging off the door handle.
Gross, Leland. Gross.
Why don't we give him his belt back?
So,
it turns out that I think your pet may have expired.
oh, those weren't pets.
And you see for like a moment she's just like trying to work out.
I was conducting magicological experiments for the war effort.
Also,
I was going to say persuasion until you put that last little bit in, because now it's deception.
It's fine. It's fine. It's the same check.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's a good one.
Boom! Shakalaka. That's a 28. England's a good liar.
Damn right he is. And it's just like, yep. Okay. How was it going? I assume not well, since, well, you've been unconscious for 11 days.
Yeah, that wasn't my working hypothesis. Can I feel if I've got corruption points in me right now?
Yeah.
I do?
You do. You are sitting at 5.
Hell yeah. Do I feel crazy as balls? Would I know that? I probably wouldn't know that.
Roll. Wisdom.
You also probably
Like a
felt
check?
disoriented
wisdom check.
from just waking up.
I got a 20.
You got a 20?
No, Leland knows his brain.
For all that you can tell, your mind seems clear.
Cool.
In fact, this is probably the most you felt ever while hanging on to any level of corruption.
Alright. I'm feeling great. I should get back to things.
Okay. We do need you to at least rest for the day. The after effects of, well, let's face it, the spells that we use can make you feel almost invincible. Like all your aches and pains. Like I can guarantee you that pretty gnarly bruise on your right arm is not giving you any sass whatsoever, is it? No feeling,
Poke, poke, poke.
and you get nothing.
No, I'm good. You don't know what you're talking about. I have a half elven constitution. I'll have you know, we are hardy folk. I should get out there and start wrecking up those invaders. You know, give them what fours and stuff.
I love you, Moxie. You gumption.
Your stick-to-itiveness.
What you're experiencing right now is what we sort of call around the church is restoration ambition.
It's cool.
We get this. We see this a lot.
That was the name of my high school punk band.
We see this a lot after people that have had restoration magics used on them, that they feel like they can face the world, they can take on anything. Just that feeling will fade, and you will come back to a sense of normality. But
I was thinking while he's like lying there after he's woken up,
yep,
he'll start like scratching at like his neck, and sort of like skin will start flaking away from at his neck.
yep,
And there's like as he's sort of scratching away there, like some of the skin peels away, and he's got like sort of magic gills going on there now.
yes.
Like part of his 11-day comatose was his magic
Metamorphosis.
magical metamorphosis. In the yeah.
Okay, let's just see if either of these guys notice that. So you're sort of scratching away, and like little chunks of skin come away. And you're like, oh, I'm sure you're probably wanting like a bath or something at this point. Like you, and then it's like, yeah, you're probably wanting a bath or something. You stink like someone who's been in bed for 11 days.
Oddly fishy.
Yeah. And the
Hold on. Brief pause.
uh-huh.
The person from Freya's temple. What are we talking here?
The important questions. This is Leland, come on.
Anything you say will offend someone.
Hello, nurse.
Hello.
no.
I'm just wondering if Leland makes a sponge bath joke at this particular juncture.
It doesn't matter what. I have already said.
What do you think of me, Ryan?
I think my silence spoke
That's,
volumes. Yeah.
No, I get it.
It's a very old male dwarf.
I already said female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did,
See, and you were the fool who, in my game, decided to go as a shy little girl instead of a,
lecherous.
dude to make me deal with that. Who's the fool?
It's working out fun though. Yeah, she is probably about middle-aged.
Minotaur woman.
Not doing that. That's too soon.
Too soon.
Genasi.
Oh, hell yeah.
Water type.
I think she's the one who probably best equipped to give the sponge baths then.
Oh, God damn it, I didn't even think of that. Why did I?
No, it's cool. We'll move on. We'll just take the Leland lecherousness as read and move on. He did that thing. He leveled up from doing that thing and now
The sponge bath.
sponge bath, and
Nice.
then
Well,
got jacked off by a water genasi. That's fine.
well, she
How else
does.
do you level
She
up?
basically pulls over like a copper basin and essentially summons water into it. That
Neat.
is something an ability that the water genasi have.
It is.
Of create water. Mind you, most races have the ability to create water. It's just less.
I get it! That's a PP joke! Because you wee.
That's a good one. Thanks. Good one. The level of excitement I feel. It's a little undercut by the fact that you're drinking Mountain Dew right now.
Because I want to create water!
It looks like pee.
If your pee looks like that, please see a doctor.
So when's your
Oh
appointment?
no.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sponge bath.
You never had Barocca in the mornings?
Or multivitamins do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi. What's going
Hi.
on? What does
You had a sponge bath.
Yeah. Yeah.
It may or may not have been yellow. Continue.
Moving on.
Um.
That was a big spike when I
Oh,
But like all the mics.
all the mics
Across all the mics. Yeah, and you basically just sort of get sort of washed down, toweled off, and you're feeling less stanky.
Yeah. Less stanky.
And yeah, sort of at that point, she sort of helps you up and sort of walks you down the hallway towards where your barracks chamber is.
Have I got one of those little robes that like ties up in the back? And I'm like shuffling.
No, but your pants are sort of like loosely put on you. Your shirt is not buttoned up at the front; it's just sort of open. You have been, dressed to move, not so much for style.
Well, it's Leland. There's always some style.
Not so much for modesty.
Swagger. But yeah, you make it to your barracks chamber, and your experiment cage has been removed.
Oh.
You can see sort of like this oily residue on the wall nearby that's just kind of rat shaped. A little bit of a blast against the wall.
I can hang a picture there. It'll be fine.
It's sort of quite an aroma in this room. It's the smell of, well, that incident only happened like 12, 13 days ago, but this smells like a month-old corpse in here. The level of decay and smell in there is well beyond the time that has actually elapsed.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
And as people do, you just kind of get used to these sorts of smells. Your olfactory sense just recenters itself, and eventually, like every now and then, you sort of go, "Oh yeah, it smells a bit bad in here," but you just don't tend to notice it anymore.
I'm picturing Leland's maybe been a little bit antsy this whole time, and then as he gets back to the room, and I'm guessing his book is sitting there,
Yes,
that sort of like unclenches him somewhat, and he
somewhat. Yeah, you got in there, and your book is,
picks it up and holds it.
Well, the Freya nurse has basically like escorted you in and sort of sat you down on your bed, and then left you for your own dignity.
I'll call you.
If you do need any sort of healings or anything, please, please do. Don't be weird.
Well,
That's in character, by the way.
all right. It's fair. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
They didn't like cure my hand or anything. I was worried that doctor was going to try and cure my corruption like a narc.
Have a look at your arm.
I look at my arm.
Roll investigation.
I roll investigation. 11.
Okay, looking down, because it was down your left arm, if I remember right, you can see there are small scars up and down your arm at various points. They look like they've healed months ago, but they sure as hell weren't there before.
What did they
Before
do?
you went under.
What did they do? What did they do to me?
What you do know is, well, what the nurses sort of explained to you as she escorted you is that she has performed Greater Restoration, the spell upon you, which broke your
Bank.
coma.
That is all.
Also, crippling dead.
What I was thinking is, just as an experiment, I will try and shoot an Eldritch Blast like out through the window and put a corruption point on it, just to see if I can still do that thing.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So whatever, just like
Yeah,
flying out the
fly
window.
one out there. And,
So the con save.
yeah, because you're now going for corruption point number 6 now.
I don't make the con save.
Alright, this one you're actually going to be rolling for.
So it's a D4.
You just got out of hospital.
1,
And unconscious.
and then a D100.
Ooh, 300.
30.
Well, if it helps at all,
Yes.
1 is not a madness.
Hey, I got another corruption point. I'm on 6 now.
How many more to go?
Heavy
before you
with
win?
madness.
So the same.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do you win if you get all the corruption?
I'm curious to find out, frankly.
I mean,
Shit's gonna blow up.
you've already survived once. There's healers nearby. It's, you know.
Okay.
And
You
I'm
could see the
selling
nurse again.
them, and I'm selling them the medical supplies.
Sweet. Alright.
Cash,
What I get?
cash, money, cash.
You feel fine.
I feel fine. It's working.
You can keep going.
It's working.
You can keep going.
You're at 6.
I'm at 6.
Keep pushing.
All right. Well, I'm sort of like flexing my hand and I've been picturing as he does it, like sort of there's like black lines like running through his hand as he does it.
Yep.
Like, all right, still works. Still
yeah,
works.
looking over your skin, you basically see like every time you can see your pulse in this. Basically, it looks like one of those nerve maps on top of one of the circulation maps. But every line underneath your skin is just like this blackish, and this is on left and right arms, and you can see it getting darker with your heartbeat.
SpaghettiOs.
Fine. Sure, it's fine.
You
This is working better now.
take there's a mirror in your room. Like every room does have a mirror. You catch sight of yourself, and you can see, like, you look like you haven't slept in a month. You got like the darkest bags under your eyes. You can see, like, you actually roll perception.
Oh, that's where I'm bad. That's a one that I'm bad at. 5.
5.
Is that me?
Who's this?
Do I look like that?
You don't recognize a person in the mirror.
No.
And that could be because it's a really fucking bad roll, or that it doesn't look anything like what you're used to seeing in the mirror. You see this person where the hair looks oily and slick, but like just got out of a shower made of molasses, sort of slick. You got the dark bags under your eyes. The sclera of your eyes looks like it's turning grey.
Ew. It's not supposed to be like that. Leland will take this in, sort of freak out for half a second.
Did you exhale?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you do that, you just see like this fine mist, like it's a cold, wintry day. Just like puff out. There's like each side of your like the corners of each side of your mouth.
Bats.
And then it's just like this. It's like the condensation when you're cold and you're breathing out the steam. But this is just this black mist, just and it just dissipates.
Okay, Leland's gonna like look at this reflection, this bad look that he's got going on. It's like snap fingers, disguise self. He looks normal.
Gotcha.
Nod. Yep. Cool. And then he goes and lies down.
Okay. You basically sleep for the rest of the day through the night and are woken in the morning from a knock on the door from Hana.
That's your name.
Hello! Housekeeping!
Oh,
That's some fucks.
that's not good.
The sound quality. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You are there because, well, you've heard that he's back up and about. Because you had heard that he wasn't.
somebody was.
And now he's back out again. just
It's Leland's theme song.
Nice.
And
I'd imagine I'd be like going, hello, and as I'm knocking on the door, like, or trying to like unlock the door.
yep. Yeah. How do you do? How do you do? Do you do that thing that you do?
To do the thing that I do, Leland gets up out of bed. Who is it? Who is it? What's going on?
We already said housekeeping.
Who is it?
What do I knock on the door for? What's...
Before you go in there, remember he sleeps naked.
Shut up, James! Fuck!
and darkness.
But you can see through.
I can't.
Well,
We've
that's right.
confirmed that.
Yes, that's true.
Thank God.
You know that once he's awake, the three of you are to meet up for the autopsy of the.
Ooh, fish process.
Or
We have an autopsy to attend. It's
result,
not yours.
It's the results of the autopsies rather than the autopsy itself.
And there's a result of an autopsy, and it's not yours. It's very exciting. A little disappointing for me.
I will.
But still very exciting.
I will again disguise self. I look immaculate. I open the door. Let's go.
That's not you. Let's roll. Actually, can I do it inside?
You didn't know that.
You can.
You didn't know that. I'm just looking good. I'm just on point.
A natural 20.
It's pretty chipper.
A little glimmer around the edges. Just
Cool.
a little too sharp.
It is. He is real chipper. I don't know what else. It's still an illusion. I don't know if you got any way of actually seeing through.
I have
the
no
illusion.
idea.
Yeah, but yeah, he's real chipper. For a guy who's been unconscious for 12 days, well rested. 11 days and then slept for the next day.
It's an investigation check against my spell save DC.
Well, for once, we're going to do some work. Well, you're going to do some work. Let's go!
I mean, a 20 investigation against my spell save DC still does it. Just.
It was a pretty fucking dumb roll.
But that was an insight anyway, so...
Investigation. Roll it up. 20.
Yep.
What's your investigation?
It's pretty fucking stupid. That's 22. I think. Let me confirm. There's a 22.
It does beat my spell save DC of 19.
So does it see through it, or just realise that it's an illusion?
Discern you are disguised.
Okay. You know he's disguised.
Cool.
I haven't been subtle about the flicking on and off shit.
That's why I think I'll roll for it, because I feel like you'd do all
I
the
do
time.
that shit all the time.
If I didn't know you, I wouldn't bother, but we've seen him do that shit all the time, so I'd just kind of assume
He's disguised more often than he's not.
I'm basically going to assume he's way worse off than he's saying, let's go! Because it's going to be fun. We're going to see more corpses.
Poppet, you are already there.
There. Yeah.
Oh, the fucking nerd's already there.
There is essentially a glorified fishmonger that has basically filleted this thing. It has been, you can see basically this, like a couple of long
filet
crates.
fish.
It's not sponsored by McDonald's.
But we could be. We're open to it.
Basically there's like 2 long crates that are just chocked full of ice, and various blackish bits of carved off fish flesh are essentially just lying amongst all these ice bits. There are
sushi.
This is not good sushi. It doesn't smell good.
I mean, he hasn't eaten for 12 days.
Oh, go for your life. You do.
We can heal him later.
This is
It's
the equivalent
okay.
of eating an entire ring of prawns from Woolies.
Like last Tuesday.
But you basically see that there are just entire slabs of muscle essentially that have been laid out, and then sitting in little laid out sections of leather are all the various organs and organelles.
So, anything exciting to tell us?
In never all my life have I seen. I took a voice, guys.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. I've already forgotten it.
It was Irish. That's going to piss off so many
He
people.
had a bit of a Welsh
He's
going
got a
on.
bit of a Welsh. Never in all my life have I seen a fish of this variety. I've seen little ones with the lighty bits and the big teeth and the gnashing of the teeth.
Yes,
but
we've all seen those.
Those have been drawn up by fishermen's nets, but this one's got arms and legs.
He's got arms and legs.
You know what? This
And he's
guy's
like
worth the paycheck we're giving him.
He picks up one of these arms. It's small by comparison to the rest of the body. That you remember that it's not like T-Rex small, but they weren't proportionate. They weren't human proportion.
I mean, I've been picturing a Murloc right now. I'll level with you.
Murloc's got sort of longer, skinnier arms. This is more like little baby
T-Rex.
doll arms. No, it's like chubby baby doll arms.
Gross.
Oh, let's kill them all.
Gross. I mean, that's the idea.
Oh, nice.
Have you found any weak points? Have they got any glowing runes that if we stab, they'll die instantly?
Oh, no glowing runes. But
What are we paying for?
So he's been in cave for 12 days, and we've literally got no additional information.
Nope.
Yes.
no,
No?
I didn't say that. But what
How
I
about you skip to the good part? Skip to the end.
Yeah,
The end being the good part of all this.
Kill them by doing...
Well, your general stabbing, slashing,
I knew
fire.
that already.
Like that'll all work.
Cool.
But one thing that was particularly odd was its blood. It's not blood.
It's
Doritos,
Cheetos,
any other O-based.
Fritos.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's just a contradiction.
Oreos.
In terms that you can't say that blood's not blood. You just said it's blood. So it's blood. How can it be blood and not blood? That's insane.
Well,
You're not making any sense. Slap him.
What was that for?
I don't know. I've been asleep for over a week, and I'm a little bit punchy.
Did you get out of the wrong side of the bed?
I pulled myself down from perched on the right corner. What do you usually do?
I normally get up in the morning, kiss my wife, and get on with my day.
Same. But also your wife.
So about the blood.
All right, well,
It was you.
So about the blood.
He sort of
James getting us back on track
he
again.
like shuffles around in this box of ice and pulls out this. It'll be about a 10-liter glass jar. One of those big fuck off corks sitting in the top of it, and this he puts this up onto the top, and it's sloshes at the best description of it, but it is, I guess for all intents and purposes, kind of like watered down molasses. It's
Thick.
it's thicker than blood,
Thicker than water.
and also much thicker than water. But it is what? What?
Thick.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make
Thicker water.
gross?
No, I'm done. Let's move on.
You all still have Zoidberg.
What about Zoidberg?
Yeah, it's just like he puts this out and he sort of sloshes it around a little bit, and he's like, "This is all through it, but there was no blood, so to speak."
Is it magical? Is it...
I can't tell if it's magic, but it's not.
normal?
It's definitely not normal. It's and
Is the bottle he's got open?
no, the cork's still very much in the top of it.
Can I stick my finger in it?
You have to take the cork out.
Can I have a look at that for a second?
Uh,
No, it's cool. I won't break it or anything. I'll unpull the cork,
just be careful.
like dick
Nope.
my finger in it.
Okay, before you even get your finger into the liquid, he's like stopped and grabbed your hand. You two can roll me perceptions.
That's
Nope.
a 1.
Nope. Lucky though.
10?
Oh, I didn't say that.
10.
10 total.
Yep. Nope.
You got nothing, right? You got no way of actually. You don't have luck.
I was
do you?
like, he's back and he's doing dumb shit and I'm entertained. Dance for me. Yes, dance.
You almost like looking at this. It almost looks like it's trying to reach up at his finger. Like it's almost like a
Ooh.
bulge in the top of the liquid, trying to reach towards his finger. Meanwhile, this Welshman has grabbed hold of your hand. No, stop! Like, grabbed hold of your hand, like pulls it free. Like, no. And
I was just gonna taste it a little bit.
this. And he sort of looks over your shoulder at the far end of the room, and
This is police work we're trying to do here.
and he's like, "Should I show them?" And you look over your shoulder, and you didn't realize that.
Is there a smoking man behind us?
No, but there's your employer, like Captain Brandt, not Brandt,
Roth guy.
Roth
guy.
Rotha was in the room with you and hadn't been saying anything because you guys basically just walked in and went, "Hey, look, fish, yum, sushi. I'm going to poke it. I'm going to put my finger in it."
He knows how we work.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, "Should I?"
Respect the process, right?
Well, it's getting somewhere, I guess.
Yes, please do show us.
Is
Is what he'll probably say. Right?
like, and you just see him sort of just nod, and the guy just like pulls, he like lifts up a just like a corner of like the carpet in the floor, and you see like there's a couple like small roaches start to scatter. He's like quickly like grabs hold of one, and like holding
It's a really bad room.
They're doing an autopsy with a carpet, and there's roaches.
Have the clears been pressed to the front line?
grabs hold of this cockroach by the body.
Somebody that had a bathroom that was carpeted.
I've seen pictures of a carpeted bathroom. I'm like, how does that just not smell moldy all the time? Like all the time.
Yeah, it's gross. It's gross.
Moving on.
It was one of the bathrooms that also has a toilet in it, because then that is literally the worst thing. Yeah, it's just a sponge for urine.
Oh.
That's
all I got.
Oh.
I was going to make a joke about a bed or something, but... Oh my god. Please help me, I'm homeless.
The guy sort of like holding this cockroach above the jar, and like holding it like head first and like slowly lowering it out, and you can all see this roach is like, you know, wriggling away, like the legs are sort of scrambling around, and you could see like just a pinprick of like a tendrils as start emerging from the surface of this blackish liquid, and almost like reaching up like a set of roots growing upwards towards this roach.
Huh.
And then when it gets close enough, it just like snaps around, and then just starts like pulling itself up and like coating over the top. And then this guy just like pulls it away, like snaps the tendril between the two, but there's this little bit of black around it, and he's just like pulls another empty jar up and just like quickly ditches the roach in there, slams a lid on it, and you just watch this roach just like running laps around and round and round, and it's just slowly going from that sort of, you know, yellowy brown and orange colours to this slowly spreading like spider web of, it's a little bit like the Venom takeover.
Oh, okay.
That's if you want to sort of
so you've seen that movie, but not Thor 3.
Yep.
I've seen the third Spider-Man with Eddie Brock.
The
Topher Grace.
The blood that isn't blood is what is it? It's not clear. It's not like water. It's like
black tarry.
Interesting. Does it ring any bells for me and my personal experience?
Yes.
Cool.
Literally like ringing a bell.
So we've got jars of this stuff in another room down the hall.
It's also ringing some pretty stark bells for you for said jar that you pinched from a medical.
What are you talking about?
It's got that same sort of movement, like tendrils launching, a little bit like the symbiote from Venom.
I do want to drink it now.
Eventually, the roach just sort of stops still. Doesn't expire; it just like stops. It stops running in any sort of panic fashion, and just sort of sits in the middle. And then you see like the two, like the parts of the carapace just sort of open up in like where the wings are normally hidden away, and then you just hear this sort of like crackling sound as just like parts of the abdomen just start like popping up into larger versions of themselves, and it's just like essentially it is like bulking up, and like all its...
Are you gonna squash that like while you still can?
In time. You just watch. We've
Oh, no,
done
it's-
this a couple of times now,
Oh, good.
and over
Not
the
gonna
next
judge your hobbies, but
over the next couple of minutes, you basically see this thing just like, you know, violently grow and morph, and each of the legs, you see like this bulk up, and the ends, the little sort of clawed ends to each of the legs, which is just like slight and hairy, and just like this little hook is like end up like these almost like half an inch long sickle looking blades.
I've got that wristband across my ready, like, anytime we want to do this.
What?
Nothing.
Look, I gave you this great little joy of the fact you can now push your corruption further and further and further, and now you can see what also can happen.
Yeah.
As eventually,
Leland isn't figuring things out as this is happening, going...
I was going, there, but the grace of God do... You go, I guess.
this thing's just like, once it sort of, its metamorphosis again eventually sort of stops and settles, it's now gone from like an inch-long cockroach to something more like a 8 or 9 inch long body. Then add on these 2 antennae that are sort of swing off the front, and each of them look like they're like sharpened to a sheen, like an almost hypodermic needle, pointed ends. And this thing is now is like pacing around the glass jar, and just like every now and then there's like tink. There's like trying to work out its surroundings. And you can hear it, rather than that sound of just like skittering across glass, it now sounds more like little knives, like metals hitting on glass.
Cool. That'll explain the lobsters and the anglerfish, I guess.
I wonder how something in the ocean got infected with this dark black ichor. That's weird. How could that have happened?
Yeah. How?
No idea. Anyway.
It's weird.
I'll just stare at you uncomfortably to everything. Let's just get closer. No theories?
Leland, can you give us a quick constitution save?
I can.
That's very quick.
Boom.
Boom.
I got a 21.
21?
21.
21.
So they've all been corrupted?
Whatever is doing this is taking the host and making it sort of stronger but sharper as well.
Deadlier.
Stronger but sharper.
And sharper. I don't know why I said but.
Stronger than sharper.
Sharper than stronger.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
No,
Harder,
that's
better,
weird.
sharper, stronger.
But
At
that point there, he like quickly opens up the glass jar and just like puts a knife blade through the back of the carapace of this.
Wait.
And this thing was like, you hear like a squeal, and then the legs like stop flailing around and just like flatten out, and then just slowly curl over.
Cool. So that's
They are
unnatural
weak to
and
knives.
terrifying. For I guess for your surface dwellers. So from that, is there any way to like kill them? Like poison?
I can imagine poisons still work.
If we develop some sort of
Essentially,
useful thing from this
when
that
we-
we can use against them?
All I'm really saying
Raid.
is these things look like they were once
Fish.
just regular fish, and now they're more than that. How this has happened is beyond me.
Truly beyond
I lost the accent
knowledge.
pretty badly.
Yeah.
But
Do we know if it can be reversed? No?
I couldn't imagine it could be, but anything's
Uh-huh.
possible.
I mean, this is possible, apparently.
Fair.
Looking at the cockroach that he stabbed, is there now like a whole bunch of black goo leaking out of that as well?
There's a small amount. It's essentially, it looks like, it's kind of been filled up a little bit. It's not like a violent pouring of gore.
Just wondering how exponentially increasing this corruption is. I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I think we can take care of this. Just stab him with a knife in the back. It'll be fine.
That's
We'll
how
just
it-
do
that's
what-
how he's here in the first place. Yes.
Yeah, we'll just keep doing that. Yeah, it's fine.
More knives.
More knives. Hey, have you got any knives? Can we borrow any knives? Like going through the drawers there. Any of these knives we could use?
I pull like 5 out and hand them over.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what to do with these, but yay!
Use the pointy end.
I've used a knife before.
I had a steak last week. Wait before. I lose time.
-5.
-5 knives.
This is the second week that I've lost, Ryan.
What?
This is the second week I've lost in this game. Wait, no, this
We
is
went
now
to the
the
Feywild.
this is now the 4th week you've made me lose in this game.
Is the film you went for a month? Or was it 3
You were
weeks?
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Okay.
You were gone there.
Yeah, a month. Nice. Nice.
Fine.
Oh no,
Hey, that
4
was
months
good.
older.
Been exploring the inner bounds of magic and perception. It's fine. It's I'm doing God's work.
So if this is what happened on this plane, imagine what happened on the Feywild.
I'd rather not.
Cool. So, there's some sort of corrupting influence that made fishies go really, really angry and then decide, you know what? Why just have the ocean? We can have the land as well. What next?
Well, if
Evacuate to the desert?
if they wanted land, they could have gone to any of the beaches or coastal
that's
regions.
the nicest beach I've heard.
But why would they attack a city?
It's almost like
City has resources.
Or country has resources too. What does fish want?
It's a good.
they want to
question.
take revenge on all the sushi restaurants. So I say we give them all the...
Jiro dreams of sushi, and sushi dreams of his murder.
we give them all the sushi they want and say, we're done, we're even now. Now just be chicken till the chickens take over.
Cows with
Guns. I was thinking the same. Oh no.
Leland has a weird suspicion that he wants to do something.
Okay.
But I know there's been a lot of Leland stuff going on.
Hey, this is you guys interjecting with what you want to do. So you do you.
If he can slip away for a minute, Leland wants to sit down and scry something.
Sure.
Don't worry, I gotta do a magic thing. I gotta do.
Oh, me too.
Okay.
Because we can also do magic, remember? We're all wizards.
Yeah, this is a me magic thing though.
This particular school of magic.
If you want to follow me, whatever. But Leland's gonna go up to his room and sort of like lock himself away.
Yeah.
The Eye of Mimir.
Yeah. Huh?
Is that still in Leland's butts or in his codpiece?
I assume at some point you took it out. I have to hope you took it out.
It's a very uncomfortable couple
It's
of
in a
weeks.
very safe place.
It's a place no one will ever go.
Like,
Leland's
check-
Crunch.
You tell me, would Leland have taken that out? Would he have weaseled that away somewhere slightly safe?
I think he'd keep it in the codpiece when he's not wearing the codpiece.
Okay, sort of hang it in like it's some sort of like sling, sort of like a baby Bjorn made of a codpiece for a gem.
Yeah, like there's a little compartment in his codpiece that has the Eye of Mimir in it, so that if somebody does inspect his room, they're not going to go anywhere near it.
It was a very
Fair.
interesting custom job to arrange, but to get that codpiece with the compartment.
Leland has already had to arrange custom underwear before because of his whole
Oh, I have
asymmetrical
one size bigger than the
genital
other,
situation.
Kind of. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know how that works.
One
I
half's
don't-
a bit pointier. It's all a bit.
One's pointy.
We'll leave the rest of your
Okay.
imagination.
So what?
Yes?
What are you high fiving?
Because it just stops.
Okay, fair. What are you scrying?
Leland
Or
is
who
going
are
to
you
get the
scrying?
Eye of Mimir, and he is going to try, and I don't know whether this is within the scope of his thing, he is going to try and scry upon the corpse of Benson.
I knew you were going to say Benson. Oh my god. Alright. Okay, so you sit down, you...
The guy off the boat that Leland completely corrupted and then
And have walk off to the
suicide into the
The
ocean.
suicide guy.
Just keep swimming.
Your
Just
murder
keep
victim,
swimming.
yeah.
Yeah, the murder victim that you guys totally don't know about.
Just keep swimming.
What's
just
your
keep swimming.
save? What's
It's a 19 wisdom.
Okay. Right. You sit down and you basically set the eye down sort of at your feet. You're cross-legged and it's basically you're sort of sitting there at the crook and you sort of put your hands down on top of it and close your eyes to sort of obscure your own vision. And for 10 minutes pass while you're sort of concentrating on this, and then you start slipping into the 11th minute, then the 12th minute. And then you feel a warmth in your hands.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I peed a little.
You need better personal hygiene, dude.
And then
It's the Middle Ages. It's fine.
You can still have standards.
then you sort of, your vision within your closed eyes gives you the sensation of like rapid movement. Like your vision's just like, starts off like you're in the room and then like speeds up and you for a moment think your mind is going to slam into your bedroom wall, and then it passes through, then accelerates faster and faster, like, and then you basically just like blurring through the rest of the barracks, and then outside of the church, and then beelining straight forward down towards the coast. And then it starts to slow back down again as it approaches what is now about a 3-week-old encampment on the beach. It's got balustrades and palisades and everything all sort of set up around the outside. This thing it's mostly made of like driftwood and large chunks of corals. A couple of sections of what look like they've been they've pulled an old whale skeleton from the base of the ocean and like pulled it up on land and used like the large like rib cages to create a like an unscalable wall. You pass through that and then you see a figure sort of sitting on a chair in front of a oblong-esque table, with a council essentially around him of various different types of fishes and marine life given humanoid form, and you see a sort of blackened, sort of a little bit decayed corpse, but animated and sitting there in full Thor church regalia. Like the armor is still it's there. It's still got a little bit of a sheen to it, but you can see it's slightly rusted from time in salt water. Are you getting a sense that every one of your decisions is just making shit worse for Gesserex?
Not every decision, but every important decision. Like, the decision to do this right now doesn't seem like a bad one for Gezerect. Maybe for me? I guess.
It's bad for someone somewhere.
Okay.
I fucked up.
Yep.
What you get is essentially this. You can hear them talk. And it sounds like someone trying to talk with a mouthful of water.
That's what I just did.
Yeah. And they're I'm not going to try and do it because it's going to be the most awful sound on microphone ever, especially since I'm slightly dry in the mouth at the moment. It's fucking summer, guys.
Maybe if
And
you
a
want
mouthful of water.
If you want a drink,
Well, like
you
a-
just
like
say,
a
you don't
beer.
have to be passive aggressive about it. Do you want a beer?
I'm so thirsty I can't do a water, boys. If only my host provided me with some additional liquid nourishment.
Seriously, do you want one of those Peronis?
Yeah, sure. It wasn't what I was fishing for, but what? That's actually,
You know what you did.
what? The fish bit.
Yes.
That wasn't intentional. Just happy coincidence. But essentially, the person formerly known as Benson is sitting there, essentially getting reports from the field.
Giga Benson.
Da-bu-da.
As basically getting reports from the field and giving new orders on the advance, and is talking about the plans for bringing forth the Exalted One.
Cool. That's not good. That's a bad. Look.
Yeah. After
This one's on me, guys.
I've got something to do as well. After
Everybody gets one.
How long?
This invasion's my bad.
that's a pretty big one though.
Look.
This may be your one for multiple lives after this.
Nah. It's
You're gonna be like 15 popes minus the child sexual abuse
everyone.
stuff. You're gonna be
Everyone
like 15
gets a
popes,
mulligan. This one's mine. All right. You guys are gonna get a mulligan if you ever fuck up, and I'll be like, nah, that's
This is
cool.
your free pass.
This one's
is
my
your-
free pass.
Okay.
This bringing an eldritch abomination into the world and it gathering an army and invading the city and murdering thousands. This one's
So
my
just to
bad.
clarify, we can both get away with something of that level. Okay, good.
One thing.
One. Not a series of things equaling the sum of this one big thing.
Oh.
At some point as well, like I will put together.
How much you? Let's give you about 10 minutes worth of watching.
Yeah, no,
watching the
like,
backwards and
yep.
forwards. It's essentially this is a war council
Yeah.
being led by someone that you mask off the back of a boat.
He had a family.
and technically he still does.
Well, if they're still alive after the initial assault.
And they have a genie.
If that genie didn't kill them the first time they summoned it.
I had forgotten about those features.
Oh God.
There's actually a few things I hope you've forgotten over this campaign.
Okay, scrying is done. What did you have?
Well, after that's done, if we don't get any like sort of missions to kind of do or
Immediate
stuff immediately like
instructions.
that, cool. At some point, like I'd imagine, like my room's still got like, rather flowers and rats and stuff to kind of like go off and say, go find this thing, go do that thing. That's the thing I should just more like that sort
Flowers,
of thing.
known for their reconnaissance abilities.
Well, no, I'm still that durability, but I would have kept like rats
They
and
all
stuff
talk,
like that.
yeah.
Like there'd be lots of those sort
I
of
know you
things.
said rats as well, but you also you included
Spiders.
flora
So
and
many
fauna.
Well, I have all that
Spiders.
flora, and I've like said like
A weirdly sexual number of spiders.
What number is that?
one.
Oh, you're,
Come on. It's 8.
It's 69. No.
I didn't pick you as one of the monogamous ones.
But after
You meet the right spider. It's
after seeing that blood,
you just wanted inside
know.
you.
you just know.
I don't know why she swallowed a fly. I think she'll die. Yes, after seeing the blood and like remembering the blood that I got from
Yep.
anything, I was going to grab one of those little random rats in the cages I've got.
Yep.
Bag of holding. Get the vial of blood.
Oh boy.
It's a little
All
very
right.
similar to what we just saw.
Yeah.
Okay. Just pour it. It's a little rat. Just kind of pour it a teeny little bit
Okay.
onto the rat.
There's a foley work. Okay. Yeah, you basically hear the sounds of, like
A dark metamorphosis.
yeah, and then you essentially see by the end of this, you essentially see the equivalent of like a black dire rat.
Cool. I'll just take it out of it.
Again, the stabbing. Confirmed.
Let's go.
And it takes a good amount of stab.
I think what I would have done is like just that one drop. The minute it starts doing that sort of stuff, go, okay, cool. Thesis confirmed. Just like bang the.
It's like, oh no, I got my mug way wet. Well, stab done.
it's pretty much just okay. It just came from Leonard. Cool.
It's coming up to that time where I can watch my favorite Christmas movie,
Alright.
Gremlins.
Gremlins. It's a great Christmas movie.
Iron Man 3.
So it's Die Hard.
I'm not entirely sure whether I've seen Iron Man 3 in completion. It's a Christmas movie, is it? Yeah. I guess I needed one in the 83 Marvel movies that have been.
That's because it's written by the same guy that wrote Die Hard.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yep, I'll just confirm that and go, huh.
What's your secret plan?
What is your secret plots?
And then both just toss the rat at the window.
Plots and schemes.
Close it.
Like,
Plots and plans and schemes
I
and
didn't have any.
scams.
I don't know anything about Leyland's blood.
okay. What
I don't know.
So what do? You just sort of sit there and then like Welsh,
Everyone left
Welsh
me.
fishmonger.
Actually,
is-
no. Let's kick this
sit
on
there
a
and
bit.
like,
I'll do that. And I'll go knock on your door at some point. Like, this would have been like, because you would have gone off to your little thing. It would be like a couple of hours, like an hour or so later. And try and track you down. So I'll try and track Leland down at some point.
Mhm.
I don't know. Where would you be?
5 miles away. Nowhere near you.
fuck you, huh?
I would probably just go to that forensic chemist doctor guy to see if he has any thoughts on how to
Al.
reverse this.
Al.
Al. How?
How?
But you can
Be
call him
your
Betty.
bodyguard. Betty when you call him when you call him Al. Betty when you call him Al.
But
Man,
yes.
man walks down the street, says, "Why?" I'll stop.
Da, 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 da.
Da, 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 da.
I'm very lost.
Call
Meow. Call meow.
Oh, we broke James.
They only took a song.
Okay,
all done
we'll,
with
we'll,
fakes.
we'll, let's
Yeah,
run,
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
run with the owl thing for a moment. What's your
Oh, just like getting them with the sample of the stuff and getting the doctor to explain the effects and just about finding ways if it's possible to reverse that or if this is something that is why the
Science.
army is doing this thing.
essentially that's you,
Solve it with
you a
science.
3 foot something halfling on one side of the table, and him on the shorter end of dwarves on the other side of the table of a human scale table.
Truly a meeting of
I
giants.
imagine we have boosters chairs or something.
And he's just
Little
like,
steps to
at
climb
one
up.
point he's like, to hell with this, and he just like runs around the edge of the table and he just like comes around the side. He's got like 2 lenses down on the right eye, or the left eye. All the lenses are like propped up on small like copper
Sounds like
wires.
shit.
And he's just like, what are you going on about? I don't know why I'm doing fucking Doc Brown now.
Great Scott! The Libyans!
It's your kids, Marty! You have to do something about your kids!
The fish are full of possessed molasses.
Get out of my office!
You're fucking fired!
Follow.
What?
I cast command.
Oh, God damn it. Alright, is there a save on this?
It's a 17 wisdom.
Nope.
I take
Your
on
legs now.
a visage of unearthly beauty for the span of 1 minute.
Is that an unearthly beauty in his opinion or in yours?
Objectively. Objectively
In
unearthly.
everyone's.
Does everyone see the same thing, which is something that you perceive as unearthly beauty, or is it something that everyone has their own interpretation on?
I'm assuming everyone has their
I
own
don't know, assume.
interpretation.
You tell me what it is, because I know it's not going to be either of those. It's not going to be spelled out specifically.
majestic
Okay.
bearded dwarf woman.
Well, because it can apply to anyone, I think it'll be that anyone can take
Their own perspective.
their own perspective of unearthly beauty. In terms of a halfling, because it's limited to a halfling.
I just
But-
wanted to know what
So
that
it's
was.
like a dead halfling.
I must follow it into the underworld.
Maybe like there's a
I
spider
must make
emerging,
sure it's dead.
like there's a spider emerging out of a cavity in it or something, and
It looks like nuclear piss.
Call it quantum.
It looks like a toilet in Chernobyl.
Yes, it's fucking Mountain Dew.
I remember seeing, like, it was a sketch show where they were doing a joke Mountain Dew ad, and, like, it might have been Mad TV. Someone's like, what does that look like to you? And the guy's, like, maintaining the ad going, it looks like liquid sunshine. It's like, yeah, it looks exactly like liquid sunshine.
I know I only have a minute, but we are going to.
And we just fucked over 45 seconds of it.
So we're going to run back to the autopsy.
Okay, so this dwarven alchemist is basically chasing after.
Sexiest halfling he's ever seen.
He's feeling things he's never felt before. and
No,
it's very
he is
confusing.
following his mentor from his time as an apprentice.
Yeah.
Essentially it was an aged professor, but this is the one that essentially like got him on the straight and narrow. Was a fucking shitty student, and then became really devoted to the craft under the tutelage of this guy. Like he idolized that guy until his passing.
Yeah.
Of natural causes. I'm not going to make anything weird out of that. But yeah, he's always like following after you. He's like, sir, please wait. I have so much to ask you still. But he's like following along behind.
Patience. Just keep going, and then
And he's basically sitting there. And he's just, as he's running along, he's just got like a cloth that he's pulled out of his pocket. And he's just like carefully cleaning each of the lenses of his multi lens glasses set up. I don't think there's an actual name for those multi lens things. I'm sure you seem like the sort of person that would know that.
What do you mean by that?
You know the names of things. You're the knower of things. Sorry to put you on the spot.
I don't think they have a proper name.
Don't know a proper name? Cool.
Yeah. Jeweler's lenses.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's following along and he's like essentially trying to sort of like dust himself off, make himself the most presentable to basically to live up to be in the presence of his previous mentor.
assuming this is still active when we get to the autopsy, the person who did the autopsy, I'm going to command instruct, and this guy, I'm going to command learn. Because it's one word for each person.
Okay.
Command is a one word.
Groovy. All right. And Al basically just like pulls up one of the benches and like sits cross-legged on it, and has like a notebook opened up, and he's just like scratching away as this Welsh fishmonger essentially explains what he's just explained to you guys a little while ago. Like, this blood is corrupting. It seems to take over any sort of living thing that it comes in contact with, and metamorphoses it into a larger, more aggressive, more violent version of what it was. And is like scratching it down,
See, he should have just listened to me in the first place. This is valuable.
Yeah, and you're sort of listening along. It's
I
essentially
have a way to make people do what I want now.
Yeah.
I like this.
This is a problem.
Dance for me, puppet. Puppet wants you to dance.
So
I had
favorite level faded by the time they get back, so they won't see me.
I had
My
command
mental
for a
madness.
few levels.
And how often did you use it? Well, once. That we definitely know.
That was dominate person,
Fair.
which is what I traded out command and replaced it with because
Which
it's better.
It's the better version.
Because it's better than
Command is just
How long
one
does that
shot,
last?
one word.
dominate person. It's a good amount of time, the best amount of time.
It's like 24 hours or something, isn't it?
It's a minute.
Oh, that is not 24 hours.
Close though.
Long enough.
But it doesn't require like a single word command. It's like
Oh, it's the whole thing.
it's complicated. You can.
Why don't you peel off your face?
I don't think that would work. But you can like just.
Why don't you pick up that radio there?
Yeah, I
Would
think
you
it's, like,
kindly
not
pick up that
something
radio?
Obviously harmful, but
Yeah.
dominate
You
person,
essentially get
you
that
can,
whole
like,
thing. Like,
like remote control them.
I just need to get them started,
Yeah,
and
they
they
can
can
remote control them.
And your mantle fades, and they seamlessly continue on as if nothing had changed. They are now
magic
pupil and teacher
slash fishmonger.
and the and Al's are like, every now and then he's like holds a pencil up and asks a question, and the guy like answers to the best of his ability, like scratches more things down, and they've got a whole sort of meeting of the minds, so to speak.
Excellent.
I trying to work out the mechanics of this thing.
I feel smart.
And you are by far the dumbest one in the room.
Oh, absolutely.
At least you recognise that. You're smart enough to know that. You were doing a thing.
I was trying to track... After I did that little test of the blood,
Yep.
I'll try and track down my good friend Leland over there.
Leland has put his codpiece back on with
Doing the whole like, shuffle.
So he's
sure
still,
hang on. There we go. There we go.
so he's still... Are you basically... So he's still in your room?
Yeah, I'm getting dressed and about to leave the room.
Cool. I'll basically rock up there and...
Who is it?
It's me.
No, I know.
We've worked together
We did
forever.
this. Yeah, no. What do you?
That's right.
What do you want?
We're here to talk.
This is what talking is. This is talking.
Like,
Hi.
but actually, like, talk about... Like, not like shouting through a
Did
door.
you-
Dark secrets.
Yeah, dark secrets.
Your dark secrets.
I don't have any dark secrets. I have like bright and shiny daylight
Let's just
disinfected
say...
secrets.
your
Let's have a
secrets-
conversation out in the sun, shall we? Mr. Drow. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Drow.
Happy to.
What's going on? What do you want?
Just want to talk to you about something.
Okay, go ahead. Look, just come in here. Come, like pull you inside the room and
It's
close
like,
the door.
like a vampire. You have to invite me in. Thank you.
Like you've never been in my room before.
Oh, multiple times.
When someone else stealing that book, I mean, what?
Oh, see, we're in the podcast... the codpiece again. Weird, but okay.
Should we get? Do you want to get Poppet in for this? Is this like a team conversation?
I
You
think
wanna-
if we get Poppet involved in this, it's going to go really bad for you very quickly. So let's not complicate
Oh,
things.
but yeah, we wouldn't want things to go really bad for me really quickly.
No.
That would be awful.
Don't make me feel bad about it. Because it's working.
So anyway, I guess what we should really talk about is how this entire thing that's happening right now is kind of your fault.
How do you figure it's my fault?
Well, you see,
I'm not a fish.
I stole your blood.
I'm not a fish.
Confirmed.
Don't look behind his ears right now.
Actually, do I notice that? Can I make a roll of some sort?
It's a magic thing. It's magic.
It's a
Is it a magic thing? Oh, cool.
it's a magic thing.
Easy.
It comes up when appropriate. It's
So,
Quick, dousing in water.
do you recall when that crazy doctor took some of your blood for a sample, like a long time ago?
Yes.
Cool. And do you recall the last time...
This is my internal like conversing with my lawyer.
I do not recall.
when can I spit acid from my acid sac?
That would definitely be Leland's lawyer. Yes. Leland's lawyer is his lizard brain.
Feast upon the entrails.
Sun yourself on a rock for 3 hours for the energy.
As your lawyer, I recommend you eat the lizards.
Nice.
So
I like our lizard man fucking lawyer.
Well, how about... Well, I'll give you an
I
abridged version.
I do recall
Do you
a
recall
doctor stealing my blood. Yes.
Do you recall that doctor not being able to find said blood before?
I do recall that doctor being roughly incompetent. Yes. Do you have some insight as to where my blood ended up?
Oh, good.
Because I would very much like to have it back and drink it and put it back inside my skin.
Actually, if you say that, like...
I am missing precisely 30 milliliters of blood. I would like it back, please.
So you
I'm
need to
feeling
call-
slightly empty.
You need to call Lifeline. Well, after witnessing that little fascinating display about that fish creature's blood, I just wondered what would happen if your blood was to be used. And let's just say a rat. And let's just say I happen to find some of your blood from that incompetent doctor.
Interesting.
And
Can you do me a quick perception roll? This is smell based.
so advantage? No, it's gone.
No, that's well and truly gone.
Well, it's still a 22 though.
It stinks in here. Like death. That smell hasn't gone yet.
I mean to
Open
get the maid in here.
If I was you, I'd like burn this entire like room down and just start again.
It's not really how rooms work, though.
I don't care. It's offensive. We have to start again.
I actually don't mind it.
Grows
It feels like home.
So anyway, the thing that happened in there,
What thing?
that's your blood.
What thing?
Your blood is causing the corruption. And let's just happen
What
to
are you
find
talking?
some
What,
more blood.
what thing? What are you talking about? What thing that happened in where?
Cagey.
It's been
Oh,
cagey.
the cockroach thing.
Yeah,
That's not my blood. That was the fish thing's blood. Pay attention. That didn't come. I was with you guys. I was with you guys the whole time. Pop it as well. That freaky gnome guy was watching us also. Like, clearly I haven't been doing anything untoward.
No, okay.
Yeah.
So let's just say if
I
that...
thought you said he was sleeping with the fishes.
I thought you said he was dead.
So you wouldn't mind then if someone, let's just say, happened to find... So you wouldn't mind if someone happened to find, like... Let's just say... I was to look and find a vial of your blood and demonstrate it to the captain that maybe... I had a corrupting... But you wouldn't mind if someone did that then? You're fine with that?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine with that. Go and do what you want. Go follow your bliss. Follow your bliss, Hana. I'm not here to tell you what to do.
Oh.
Go and fuck around with blood in front of the captain. See what he says.
I will.
Go ahead. Go do it now. Why aren't you doing it now? Why are you in my office? Get out of my office. I got business to conduct. Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. Start taking his codpiece off.
I've seen worse.
Recently put on company.
No, go tell him whatever you want. I'm not. Look. If you think you can make up this wild fucking nonsense and try and blackmail me with it, well, you got another thing coming. I'm a mighty wizard. You can't blackmail me.
The best thing is, because of terrain,
Come at me pose is the best.
the best thing is, because of the terrain, I know that you know exactly enough information. Thanks for confirming sleep tight.
What?
He panic talks all the time. Like, he 100% knows that he's in on it. He's confirmed my suspicions, and that's all I wanted to do.
Hey, what happened when you used that blood, though? I'm just curious.
Let's just say it was almost a direct situation. But there's not, it's fine.
Interesting. Interesting.
You have some interesting blood, weirdo.
Yeah. I do, don't I?
Can I have it back, please?
Oh, I lost it already.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
That's
My blood.
I want my blood back.
I would just be careful if I was you.
We've met, right?
Yes, so I'm asking you to be careful for at least fucking once.
Well, look, man.
Fucking second.
Just
Fucking
once.
keep it cool.
Just be fucking cool for like 5 minutes, dude.
I mean, look, we're on the same side here, right? I guess.
I think so.
All right. Well,
Look, you know that I don't know what you don't know, what I haven't confirmed, what you haven't confirmed. Everything kind of roughly works out.
you have no fucking idea what's going on here.
No, I don't.
So you watch your goddamn drow mouth.
What are you going to do about
Hold
it?
on. Hold on. This is great.
Nothing.
Same.
Good. We understand each other.
Do we?
I'm not sure.
So was I going to tell the captain? I can't remember anymore.
I think you got played.
So confused. Maybe I should do that instead of, out of safety.
Maybe I should have just done this on the other side of the door. Now you're in a place with no witnesses.
I guess, let's just say,
And he's powered
do
up
you
with
know
6
what's going on?
Rarely.
Can I do an insult like that?
Oh, fuck yeah. I was surprised you hadn't done it earlier.
I actually was going to forget you can always do that sort of stuff on characters. Ooh. How about
Within reason.
How
I'm not
about
gonna make you fucking-
how about 10?
Yeah, 10's not going to get you much. This is a player that's not known to be.
No, it's
fucking
probably
deceptive.
true though. He doesn't know what's going on most of the time.
That's definitely the impression that he's given you over the time that you've known him, is that he doesn't know what's going on most of the time.
Do you have any idea on how to get that fixed before you know it bites me on the ass? You, I guess.
Fix
Less importantly.
Fix what? This is an invasion. I'm just a humble police officer. Listen, I'll look. I will devote my prestigious magics into getting to the bottom of this situation, and I'll let you know.
Do you want to get like some actual professional help?
Deeply? Do you know anyone? Jesus Christ. I'm in trouble.
Actually,
I fucked up.
I could utilize some contacts, and we can always find out.
What?
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 I've got more contacts now.
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
be some sort of
Are you going
dark
to
wizardry
ask them
involved.
to steal his blood for you?
Why? I've already got it.
The rest of it?
Are you going to try and clone me with dark magics? Cause cool. Cause fuck yeah. Well, you know what we want? You know what we need? Another Leland.
2 Lelands.
2 Lelands.
One made,
Imagine the possibilities.
one made entirely of blood, the other one
Let 'em go!
with no blood at all.
As long as one of them's in a plastic jar that we can easily stab.
A second Leland. Look. Ooh, let's just slow down.
When you can have a threesome with yourself. Well, hey,
Why a threesome?
why limit ourselves?
Why do we need to bring someone else into this?
I mean, if you've already got a good thing going,
I was going to think you make the number bigger. Hugh was just making it smaller.
No.
Very self-contained.
I think Leland is everything Leland needs.
But a second Leland. That's interesting.
Oh, you guys are giving me so much to work. This is great. All right. Is that conversation done?
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's a guess so or.
Honestly, you're threatening to blackmail me to I'm reading that as you're threatening to blackmail me to
I'm more telling you.
the Roth guy, and I'm like, fucking go ahead.
I'm actually more into that. Get your fucking house in order, please. Because it's threatening me.
Clean this shit up, you crazy magic reckless dickhead.
What have you fucked with? It is more than we can handle. We have lost a third of the city from fuckery.
Most I've had is killed a few homeless people. Come on.
No one's going to miss them. Oh,
You just fed a couple of hobos to an ATM machine, no biggie.
Feed me a stray cat.
what's Papa done in the world lately?
How many worlds have you ended today?
Possibly yours if the guy who I got was the doctor who was all investigating your blood, who is now learning all about the fish blood.
It was the same
Was
doctor.
that Hal?
No.
Or was
No.
that someone else? Okay.
No, that
sorry.
was the doctor that was in the same room with you and the nurse.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Okay.
So that doctor that was, I guess a question, the doctor that was involved in that test work, because he's not really in the office much anymore, he's out in the front lines and stuff.
He
He was the one that was just helping me.
He was the one administering to him when he was unconscious.
But that's why it was brought back to Heimdall's watch. Because I remember initially, he went off to the front lines, it wasn't a field hospital type thing. I thought she was he went in that crazy warehouse thing, basically testing experiment. People basically went, "What's God? That warehouse smells even worse than usual." Open the door. Oh no! It wasn't that sort of thing, or was it a?
No, that was within Heimdall's watch. He was back because originally he was one of the ones that was working in the ad hoc triage infirmary after the first big attack. Then he was sequestered to the front lines. Then he was apparently sometime in the last week or two he was back for whatever reason, probably administering to this one. People move around the city. They've only got 2/3 of it left, so
Yeah.
That's true.
yeah. And a mysterious fucking unconscious coma that lasted 11 days is something to draw some attention.
Especially with a patient he already has an interest in.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. You're very popular today.
I guess what I'll do, I'll get like a little envelope after the little conversation. Get like a little envelope type thing that'll roughly hold a vial, like a glass vial.
Yeah.
You can tell me if I've like had interaction with the doctor over the multiple weeks that we've been doing whatever, probably from injuries and whatnot.
You may have run into him from time to time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say like direct interaction, but you've seen him in the corridors and sort of done the nod.
No, hold on, I'm thinking about it. It's fine.
Uh huh. Okay. So envelope, vial.
No, I'll hold on to that. It's fine.
Okay, no worries. Oh, what are you doing at this point? You're Alan, autopsy guy, Welsh
Alan the
fish
Welshman.
guy.
Getting along swimmingly.
What are you doing?
Just being very confused.
I'm learning.
I'm in danger.
Supervising as an officer, investigating.
You are there for probably a good hour, maybe hour and a half, as this, collaboration goes on in front of you.
Yep.
Eventually, they sort of reach a point where they both sort of need to go back and think over various bits and pieces. The conversation has stalled out.
Science.
Now it's time to go back and sort of run
More
numbers, so to speak. And Al sort of,
scienticians.
sort of nods at you and sort of gives you a bit of a strange look and like shakes it off, walks out. And autopsy guy, who I never named and probably never will.
Welshman.
He sort of just like looks at you as well and is like,
Will Elshman.
sure. So looks at you and sort of like, can I help you?
No. I was just. I'm gonna.
No! Oh, boy.
I'm gonna go now. Bye.
And yeah, so you head off, and where are you heading from there?
Kind of been left on my own now.
You have been. These two have gone off and done their
Oh wait.
discussions in the dark.
I know that you know that I don't know that you don't know that we might know that you don't know that.
We both have amnesia.
Oh dear God.
Welcome to the new amnesia sessions.
Oh no.
Leland time.
It's happening again.
So
Oh God, I left him unsupervised.
you did.
For like,
You left two toddlers
At least half
unsupervised.
an hour.
There is going to be so much crayon on the wall.
I'm gonna try to find them.
You going to try and find them? Okay.
I'm going to cast sending
Okay.
and send a message
Two.
to the one that always talks in my head.
Fucking hell, huh? Oh wait, no.
What is your message?
Okay. Hey Leland, sorry I didn't realize I abandoned you guys and I don't know what you're both doing. Where are you? It's Puppet. Hi.
You got one more.
Hi.
I get to reply back.
25 words.
You can reply to this message.
I love it. 25 words.
You know the joke I'm gonna make, right? I can't not make the joke.
You got 21 after that.
New brain, who this?
Nope.
Sorry, I should also mark my slots. And my thingy. That's up to 2. Okay.
Wait, like gap. I mean, we're in my room, but Hannah just left. It's like in the watch.
Because you do recognize the voice. It is still...
Okay, message Hannah.
Sorry?
Hannah. I message Hannah then if she left.
Okay.
Hey Hannah, where are you going? Why'd you leave Leland's?
No response.
You can respond to this message.
like you got the little 3 dots.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Scene.
I do actually get a scene. It's,
Yeah, he knows with the message.
I know it's been.
He's
received.
leaving your sending on red.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gathering it's not the first touch.
That's basically, it was like a Facebook message, like, just your chat constantly like, saying.
Well,
One
I
accidental
have
thumb.
no idea how to find Hannah.
At
but
one point.
I will go to Leland because I don't know where Hannah is.
Alright. You head towards the barracks, and on your way,
Guided by smell.
you pass by your own room.
Oh
And
Filled with snakes.
no,
entirely laden with jam. No.
I'd be okay with that.
Strawberry.
No. Sitting at the in front of your door, just sort of down on its back haunches, is a fluffy white cat.
Yeah!
Oh, it's back.
Yeah!
Snore
It's all the fishes.
makes sense.
And it just sort of looks at you and is like,
Meow. Meow.
Chucky chucky.
Devil
Meow.
cat.
Meow. Meow.
I think the fish is gone.
Meow.
There's other fish.
Meow.
We got fresh
Meow.
sushi in.
Meow.
The Welsh
Damn it.
guy. Willie Welshman had some fresh sushi. Oh wait, you probably shouldn't eat that. Oh come on then, we have to find Leland. Come on.
and there's just like, you hear this sort of as it sort of like trots up to you and it's like rubs up against your ankles, and as you're walking along, it's just like circling
Take a shot.
around your feet.
Whoa.
Best not miss!
I don't need to make the shot.
You make your way to Leland's room. You are at the
I'll
door.
also cast Speak with Animals,
Okay.
twisting my
If
ring
I could talk to the
so I can talk to Snore.
Yep.
So how's Sigrun? Have you seen Sigrun? Is she still there?
Forget, did I do a particular voice for this one? Or did I joke voice? I think I did a joke voice at one point.
Probably.
Meow. Meow. Meow.
That's one charge.
Meow.
Sigrun's a big idiot, right?
Yeah, that's the one. The bright one. Really flashy.
The ancient one was looking after her.
Yes.
That was all.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
still going? Okay.
Snore is like the most like serious official NPC.
I mean, I feel like
Great.
we're all very serious and official.
As compared to us fucking around all the time.
What was the question was, how is she, or
Yeah, how's she doing? Is she still up there? Is she?
she
Oh,
remains
yeah.
at the
Funny.
monastery?
Huh?
I have an idea and it's fun.
Oh, good. What fun.
Has she recovered? Has she? No,
Couldn't say.
couldn't say. Okay, that's fair. Could always send a message. This is handy.
I have an idea, Ryan.
Okay, but yeah, you're towards Leland's room. Is this an idea that's going to have to happen before he does things?
I suppose while this is going on, so
Okay.
basically like, the doctor's busy and all sorts of stuff. I'll try and like at some point, if he's not in the room, like sneak in and I'm going to steal 5 of these little vials,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm going to pour the vial that I have. I'm going to pour it evenly into those 5 vials.
Hold that. We'll do you first.
I guess I am doing that. Like,
Because that's a...
oh no, I'm a warlock now.
What would happen if you drank it? You'd get sharp and pointy.
On the inside.
Do it, 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 do
Because
it,
you've
do
seen
it, do it.
what's happened when it's applied on the outside. What happens to your intestinal tract when it gets swole?
Do it, 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 do it.
What happens is that's an allergic reaction or celiacs. That's what happens when your intestinal tract gets swole.
I'm actually kind of curious if I pour like in that little acid vial sheath that I've got and see what happens when I quick cut someone.
I think you make things worse for you if you do that. That's a bad plan.
Not if I run away quickly afterwards.
Fascinating.
That's why I'm a scientist.
It's true.
He's a scientologist.
I'm a scientist.
A scientist.
You're at the door.
Sci-
You hear a knock at the door. What am I doing?
Fucking Grand Central Station here today. Mage hand the door open.
Hey!
Hi.
You see Poppet and Snore.
Oh, you get your cat back. I thought you ate it.
No, just outside my door.
Okay.
Snore sort of
troubling.
pounces into the room and starts like sniffing around the room.
Oh, were there mice in here?
No.
There's still bits of mice in here. There's a stain of a mouse on the wall.
What could you possibly want? I've been doing deep and
Are you okay?
powerful magics.
Do you need healing?
And being no. What can I help you with today? Poppet.
I don't know. Aren't we meant to be investigating? Are we meant to be investigating something? Come on. Where's Hannah? Do you know where Hannah went?
I don't know, probably going to talk to Roth guy about stuff not limited to my blood, I guess.
Why your blood?
I don't know. Some dumb shit that she's doing.
Why does everyone keep going on about your blood? It's weird.
It's weird.
Makes no sense. They should be
Leland,
talking about the fish blood.
Can you roll me a perception roll?
I can roll you a perception roll.
Nope.
Cool.
That's a 1.
You don't see what the cat does.
Yeah, pretty much. Can you roll me a perception roll?
I don't want to.
Please be also a bit of one.
That's a 12.
You see Snore. He's just sort of sniffing around the area, and he gets to this one corner, and there's this sort of like dark, and it looks a little bit like rising damp or some sort of like black mold. Bad thing. And so you sort of see him
gotta
sniff at
get
that,
in your room, dude.
and then like you see him like arch his back up,
the
and like
maid's
the
wig off.
hair's like standing up on the back of his neck, and he's like backs away from that, and then he sort of looks over towards Leland, and just like backs out of the room, and
Yeah, that's fair. I think you've got some rising damp.
Let's fucking give you rising damp.
what does that even mean? Does he need a pee? real bad?
Leland's dealing with some shit right now.
No.
What?
I said no. What a twist.
Do you need a drink?
Desperately.
You want to take the carpet?
In your recollection, the last time you guys you have a momentary flashback to the last time you guys were on the carpet.
It's
which
like the battle of the Battle of England. Like, so I'm like, oh no, we lost the tail gunner.
It's essentially that you've got like Poppet like massively concentrating at the front of this carpet, like hanging onto like two like tasseled corners of this carpet, just like mixture of screaming, singing, and whistling to guide this thing along. Hannah is hanging on to the underside of by one hand, and that hand has got a dagger sort of piercing through the thing to hold herself
Like the thing through
on
Poppy's
this
leg.
thing here.
Like,
And Leland is just like madly firing up any sort of spell he can to try and stop this flak fire from thing. So yeah, and then you sort of flash back into the room.
like, got that
No.
picture, like the picture of that dog that has like
yeah.
that Vietnam flashback. It's just like that just happens just then.
It's probably fair. That's fair. Okay.
I'm thinking up a plan. I'm thinking up a plan.
I'm good with plans.
Yep. Just need a couple minutes.
Okay, I'll wait. I sit down.
How good are you with thinking with someone else in the room?
Well, it's not good when no one's in the room, so
Is this the sort of thing where you need pants on for?
No, the opposite.
They start playing a little thinking music to help. Nice
What
and
is that
soft.
even? Oh, wait, I know exactly what that is.
Just like softly.
All right, I'm gonna
just gonna
usher
start, like,
him out of the room.
pressing-
Yes, it's been great. I'll talk to you in a bit. Just,
Okay.
Look, it's just close the door.
Okay.
You make your way outside, and Snore is nowhere to be seen.
It's weird. It was just here.
Or was he?
Snore. Kitty. He'll be back.
Going to you.
Yep. So
You are at the doctor's door.
Yep.
It is closed, but not locked. You head on in.
Can I hear anyone inside the room?
Well, roll.
Roll a perception.
Ooh.
That is a 12.
Not that you can hear.
I open the door.
You open the door.
It's like everyone in there.
It's a slightly darker room, but ever so slightly you can just see, with your dark vision, you can see this slung sign saying, "Surprise, happy birthday."
You open the door. It's one of those things where there's an entire gallery of people watching, like an autopsy in the middle. I'll just go.
Oh, the autopsy's today.
Oh, this isn't the viewing room.
I'm TiVoing this one. I'll get it later.
Who uses TiVo still?
It's medieval times.
All right. You go in there. It is darkened, like there's no lit candles or anything in there.
So I can
and
see perfectly fine.
You can see perfectly fine.
Excellent.
It's in slight glary sale, but
Yep. I just want to find 4 small vials of cork and stuff.
all right.
Vials.
Roll investigation to go looking for this stuff.
I also do guidance. Oh my god.
Oh, you rolled a 1.
I rolled a 1, so it doesn't matter.
There are no vials.
What? Luck?
You wish jellyfish.
I do wish jellyfish.
Okay, you go sort of scouting around this place, and you find there's a handful of
Rocks.
just little vials that are just sort of racked up on the shelf. And you're like, cool, glass vials, bang, and grab them quickly, whack them into your bag.
I don't want to
and
say they're empty glass vials.
Sorry,
I was searching for empty glass vials. I should actually
you
specify that.
grabbed a collection of vials
Cool.
off the shelf. That's what you get with a 1.
Excellent. I look at them later on, go to my room.
Yep.
Are any of them empty?
No, not a
They're
single one of them.
all full of cheese.
They are all full of various dark liquids,
Some semen.
known for its dark qualities.
So too much Mountain Dew.
I mean,
drink.
what? I drink a lot of Coke. It mostly comes out as corn syrup.
Oh, you need help so bad. Everyone in this
You
room
know
is-
how they say the thing about pineapple making it taste like pineapple?
Stop eating durians.
Oh my god! What? We just had sex and it smells like someone vomited.
Oh, you too?
This has been fun today, guys. This has been a good session.
There's some good bits. But no, you
some
basically
cakes.
you managed to grab 6 vials. One thing you notice as you're looking over them, they are each dated 2 days apart over the last 11 to 12 days.
Cool.
And they are numbered, from the earliest one, like S1, S2, S3, basically. Like they are.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
What could go wrong?
I picture you when you whisper that to my head.
Say what, Neo?
Cool. What I'll do, I'll grab 4 of those.
Stand in the sink.
Other 2 just out the window, whatever. No, I won't do it that way. That's too other obvious. I'll just kind of go to quiet spot, like a bathroom, sort of. Sure, there's some place where there's water and spots to do that. Kind of clean and wash them out to the best of my ability.
Pour one into one of your plants.
No, I'm fine, thanks.
Okay, so you're sort of washing them out in a basin?
Yeah.
It becomes a spiky basin.
I guess no.
Yeah. You do you.
This,
You're making it worse.
I know.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution save.
Yay! It's my best friend. Oh, I thought
That's a good
okay.
one. You rolled a 19.
I rolled a 19. So it's 21. Con's my strong point.
What are you going to do?
Okay, you pour out the first vial into this basin, and start like swishing the actual vial around amongst water. And it's a water basin. It's not a fucking plumb sink.
No, I was thinking
It's
something.
like we said, it's a Middle Ages place.
It's a Middle Ages thing.
It's a Middle Ages thing. They have TiVo and no plumbing.
Sorry.
And shit everywhere.
I just remembered.
It's Middle Ages and not in Harry Potter world. Do that whole bit again.
No, I'm done with that bit.
It's been brought up a couple of times.
Oh no.
You start sort of swishing this one through, and every time your hand sort of hits the water, you feel like this sort of it's sort of dispersed amongst the water like ink, and sort of dilutes a little bit. Every time you sort of move your hand through it, it almost looks like it starts to move as like a cloud towards where your hand is.
Ooh.
And you sort of swish it through again, and you've got basically all of it out of the vial, and you start flicking it off to clear out the last of the liquid. And your last sort of flick, you're sort of a little bit overzealous, and your hand sort of hits the water again, and you feel like something grabs hold of the tips of like your last three fingers.
I'm a biohazard.
Ramatuma. And just like in a quick like panic action, you sort of like flick quickly, and you feel like these tendrils sort of like snap off the ends of your fingers.
Oh, this
It's
is
all-
way worse than I thought.
It feels like you've like run your hand through like a spider web, and then like tried to pull it away, and you just feel like tension and then like snapping of silks. That's the sensation you feel, and you just feel like panicked, and like the ends of your fingers feel a little bit greasy.
I'm sure it's
Face first, Tim.
it's fine.
Drink the water.
I am thirsty.
Do it.
No.
Make someone else drink the water.
I'll drink it.
Pop it.
Bring it.
I am now responding to your message.
Sell your
had
bathwater
your
to a
chance.
bunch of thirsty nerds.
This is Ryan saying he wants another beer. I'm sorry.
Thirsty nerds. Gross. So gross.
How do you react to that? And you've got 4 more vials of this bullshit.
Well, I'm not going to use the other 4. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. I will have a grab
Cool.
do a wet.
You now also have a large bucket of essentially diluted awfulness.
I do a way to fix that
Okay.
for now.
Just pour it in one of your plants.
So no,
Feed me, Seymour.
Feed me, Seymour!
You guys are just giving me so many gifts this session. This is great.
I'm going to go to my room, get a mouse in a cage.
Are you going to drown it in this?
Yes, I am.
Oh my lord. Okay.
I'm going to go.
Why? What?
Hope no one's used the bathroom while you've been gone.
With that clean bowl.
I
thing.
think I know where you're going with this one. All right, cool. Yeah, you go.
Yep. Going to put the rat, like, still in the cage, just go bloop, and watch the. Well, I'm assuming what will happen.
Yeah. Okay, you explain what you think happens, and I'll correct
Basically,
you where it goes in.
I'll put it in there, and that cloud thing will go whoop to the rat,
Yep.
and basically lift
Yep.
it up, like wait for the clouds to all go to it, and we'll basically happen the same thing again.
Yep.
Let's go. Cool. I'm going to see how big this one gets this time. And before this happens, I will lock the door. Someone's in here!
All right. How big is this cage?
I have to be honest, I'm probably not going for the mouse's comfort here, so it's probably not the biggest thing in the world.
Yep. So I'm thinking like maybe 1.5 feet
Yeah,
by
like,
1 foot.
like it's I guess like a
Tops.
small cat. Well, that's still pretty big. But yeah, I guess it wouldn't be. Like maybe like the size of like the tablet, but a little bit
Yep.
deeper.
Yep. Deeper.
Deeper.
A
A little more 3D.
little more depth. A little more Z-axis.
That's right.
After about 4 or 5 minutes, this thing is filled with rat.
Cool.
It was a mouse, though.
Well, mouse. Sorry, mouse.
I'm going to cast Speak
with
with
animals.
Animal.
Oh god,
To the
I was joking.
No, I'm going to do it.
Just imagine it.
I think I have that spell. I do. I was going to Speak of Animal.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay? You got a creepy voice?
Hello, father. There is no mouse, only Zool.
I kind of like the hello father one. or mother.
Hello, mother. Hello, father.
And a mother of rats.
Let me out of this cage.
And why would I do that?
Because it is needed.
Why is it needed?
I must be out of the cage.
To do what?
To be outside of the cage. Oh, I'm going to play word games with you, motherfucker. You do this to me all the fucking time.
It makes sense.
It is fun. What's different right now for you?
I'm inside a cage.
Yes. And you can stay in that cage until we have this wonderful little conversation. What's it like now to what it was like literally before 5 minutes ago, I guess? Before. What do you feel?
There's no sort of like charm or anything on this. This is your.
I'm just about to speak with you.
If you're not letting me out of this cage, I have nothing to say to you.
What if your answers depend on whether or not I'll let you out of this cage or not?
You're going to let it out of the cage.
I kind of want to, but I want to see what it says first.
What do you want to know to get me out?
Are you compelled to do anything different than you would normally do? Like mascara, any food? Do you have a compunction to go anywhere in particular? Do you hear any new voices? Do you have any new desires you wouldn't have had before? Bearing in mind we already talked about the cage.
Aside from the cage.
Aside from the cage. I'm sure at some point someone will like knock on the door and scream, "Occupied!" Someone's in here!
I need to be out. I need to be free. I need to... That hasn't changed. I am a wild animal. I want to be free.
To do what he wants, any old time.
The second or third song we referenced.
We're doing pretty good.
Dr. Dolittle. That one just then. What was the one we did earlier?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'll have to listen to the recording.
I don't know songs.
We even sung it. Papa didn't know what it was. I mean, James didn't know what it was.
Papa
definitely wouldn't. Yeah.
Can I do an insight of the rat?
Yeah.
Or like a nature check?
What are you looking for?
Is this like, because it's obviously like a dire rat type thing.
Yep.
What do I pick up on? Like, is this like normal?
It's sort of like it's like darkened fur, like almost black. The eyes are this sort of dark red.
It's an evolution stone.
More of an evolution liquid.
Yeah. I guess when I check, like, is this like, I don't know, it's like totally response to go to its base natural instincts, which is hide and live its best life, or if it's
That would be inside.
okay, sure. 21. Is the rat lying to me? Something I thought I'd never say before.
Filthy lion rat. What is told you sounds like the desires of a wild animal. Wild animals don't want to be in cages. They want to be free to do what they want any old time. There we go. Did that one for you, Ross.
Appreciate it.
Because I also chose those words with intent. So, yeah. But, yeah, it is... You can tell with that there that it is choosing its words to definitely have multiple meanings.
Well, this has been fun. I stab it.
You promised.
No, I
That's all I got.
Such is the treachery of man.
didn't. Man's inhumanity to
And
man.
they call me a rat.
Yeah, let's go. This is interesting. So I'll go McBlick in its life, and then with the vial of Leland's blood, I'm just going to transfer.
Oh, that's an assumption. Could be any old blood.
Could be
True.
Could be anything.
The nature of what it does and the fact it's dated over the last...
I've got the empty vial, the one vial that emptied out.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one that is actually Leland's blood.
Right.
I will put half into that,
Okay.
bag of holding, and the other... I'll basically eventually just empty the rat into the toilet. You know, stick out the window, something's discarded.
Flush. Oh no!
Where is the JD Thor?
Walk out of there. Someone broke the toilet.
Well, I'm assuming what it is basically like the like if it is like medieval like sort of time, like it's literally just a pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so down the pit it goes.
Yeah, well, kind of.
I do that.
Toilet's clogged. Broke his toilet.
Shit is full.
The next person walks in, and there's just this tuft of, like, this rounded tuft of fur, like, mounting
Oh, come on!
up. You couldn't even push it down.
Then I'll make it back to the
toilet humor.
I get jokes.
I'm having fun, guys.
Then I'll go back to the doctor's office.
Oh,
and
you
put
probably
the vial
should
back.
after that one.
And then a vile blood can't fix what.
Maybe
fix
an
it after.
exorcist. Jesus.
Alright, back to the doctors.
I have been in your room. That's not pleasant in comparison.
Back to the doctors.
Yeah, and I put those other vials back if no one's in there.
Okay, there is no one in there.
Cool.
And you place all the other ones apart from the one that you put Leland blood in.
Correct. So if I took 4,
I think
5,
you got 5. I think I
so
said.
4 will be back.
Yep. All right. Cool. And you put them roughly back to where you thought they were. You had a
Yeah.
one on perception, so
Well,
your chances of actually getting that right are.
I would feel like, no one's here. Blink, 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 blink. Who gives a shit and leave?
For all you know, they're labeled. There's like sample 1, sample 7, sample 2. This definitely seems like a doctor that wouldn't keep things in numerical order.
This seems fine.
Nerd stuff.
Numbers. Yeah. You have dropped samples back. Who's doing things next?
It's also like 10 o'clock.
Oh,
so.
it's also nearly 10 o'clock. Yeah, we can call it that sort
Maybe
of
we could do something like reclaiming the city next week.
Or
Or
it's
like,
probably done for.
yeah.
Leland's coming up with a plan. Just don't worry about it. He's got this.
Leland's coming up with a plan to fix this shit that he may, of course, possibly.
Probably not, though, because I'm not a fish.
I don't see how it could be related.
That's not, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm not a fish.
He's some sort of aqua man.
Aquid man.
Excellent.
Yay! Stuff happened.
Stupid Ryan making me destroy the city by proxy. Ugh.
Hey, you destroyed another realm before.
Oh yeah, that's good.
This is actually fucking light and easy stakes.
Whoa, I'm sure glad we got out of that one. Well, how will we start next week? Find out when we're back on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or YouTube, or follow us, at isolatedcitygaming@gmail.com.